Down at your own hand right now. It feels completely solid and whole. But why doesn't it just fall apart? Why doesn't this heavy table crumble? Why doesn't your wooden chair dissolve? Push your two hands together really hard. They never merge. Everything around you should simply collapse. Stubbornly holds itself together. Nothing invisible is quietly holding. Zoom deep inside your hand, in the living cells, down to tiny specks we call atoms. You are entirely built from atoms. Around 7 octillion of them, actually. Each single atom is impossibly small. Millions could fit across one hair, and they are mostly empty space. Somehow they feel completely solid. Atoms all alone mean nothing. A loose pile of them isn't you. Them out and they just scatter. Something must connect them all together. Something is called a chemical bond, the invisible glue of everything. So what exactly is an atom? Picture a tiny but dense center. Call that center the nucleus. It holds the protons and neutrons. Around it, tiny electrons race fast, blur into a soft, fuzzy cloud. These electrons do all of the bonding. Electrons sit in neat, layered shells. The outer shell matters the most. Atoms crave a full outer shell. Completely full shell feels stable. Deceit makes them restless. So atoms reach out for neighbors. They either trade or share electrons. Just like that, bond forms. Some lucky atoms are already content. Helium and neon need absolutely nothing. Call these the noble gases. Alone and never bond. Every other atom secretly envies. The first kind is called covalent. Here, 2 atoms share their electrons. Friends firmly holding hands. Neither one ever lets the other go. Water itself is made exactly this way. 2 hydrogens grip 1 bigger oxygen. A single bond builds every raindrop. It also builds most parts of you. Even your DNA is covalent too. The sugar you eat. This sharing keeps your whole body intact. The oxygen you breathe. 2 oxygen atoms share electrons tight. The second kind is called ionic. Here, 1 atom simply steals an electron. Positive, the other negative. Charges then pull together hard. 2 tiny magnets snapping shut. Ordinary table salt forms exactly this way. Sodium gives, chlorine eagerly takes. Together they build a solid crystal. The salt sitting on your fries. Your nerves fire by moving ions around. Bones store calcium. Kind is called metallic. Metals share a whole sea of electrons. The electrons flow freely between the atoms. That is why metals conduct heat. That is why they bend. The spoon is held this way. So is every wire and coin. Even skyscrapers stand on metal bonds. But what makes these bonds so strong? The simple answer is protons are positive, neutrons are negative. This is electromagnetism quietly at work. One of nature's 4 forces, billions of times stronger, far stronger than the gravity beneath you. You never once. Atoms bond into tiny little molecules. Molecules bond into long winding chains. Chains fold into proteins and tissue. Tissue builds your muscle and bone. Bone builds the whole body you have. Trillions of bonds, all quietly holding. That is exactly why you stay whole. Bonds can also break. Breaking them suddenly releases real energy. That, right there, is what burning is. Wood's bonds snap apart into fire. Rearranges the bonds in food. Body breaks bonds to get fuel. Every breath rebuilds brand new ones. So bonds are never truly sitting still. Form and break almost constantly. Self is really this endless dance, storm of joining atoms. So you are not a solid thing. You are really a pattern held tight. A living cloud of bonded particles. Down at your hand again. Still feels solid and whole. But now you finally know the secret. Invisible bonds are gripping absolutely everything. Holding your atoms in place. Holding the table and even the air. The very same glue binds distant stars. Holding the entire world together. And that is why you don't fall apart. The invisible glue quietly holding you.